Imagine a world where nearly 40% of the calendar years is dedicated to celebrating a single social movement.
May 17th, International Day Against Homophobia, Biphobia, and Transphobia. May 19th, a Gender Pride Day. May 22nd, Harvey Milk Day. May 24th, Pansexual and Pan-Romantic Visibility Day. What the hell does that mean? June, Pride Month, entire month.
And if someone said, Charlie, what's your view on marriage? I say, I believe marriage is between one man and one woman.
2 weeks ago, I signed an executive order banning men from playing in women's sports. Many Democrats are fighting me on that. I hope you continue because you'll never win another race.
While the intention is inclusion and acceptance, could this overwhelming focus signal a cultural shift that is less about understanding and more about pressure to conform? And that's what happens when these ideas reach our children, shaping their identity at an age when they are most impressionable.
Students and parents in Stoughton are protesting the decision to ban pride flags in classrooms.
My embarrassed that I think are very dangerous.
Where's my straight flag?
Why am I constantly
Where
getting
is my straight flag?
straight people holding...
That a transgender woman is a woman and should be allowed on a female ward. What if one of them was sitting here and said that to you, what would be your response?
Well, I disagree.
Right.
They're a party that's going to fight against the poisoning of the minds of our young people.
Gone rainbow crazy, or is Pride Month more important than patriotism?
Trans people are beautiful. We are never going to stop existing in this administration.
Have you ever felt love? Honestly, I haven't.
Your son's not one of those, is he?
One of what?
Over the last decade, discussions around identity and inclusion have moved from niche academic debate to mainstream education. Today, LGBTQ topics are introduced in school under the guise of fostering acceptance. Supporters argue this is essential for building more tolerant society. However, a growing number of voices, including detransitioners and concerned parents, are raising alarms. Their stories and data suggest that this cultural experiment may have unintended and long-lasting consequences. Children are naturally impressionable. Introducing complex topics like gender identity and sexual orientation during formative years might inadvertently push some towards premature decisions. Static reveals a sharp rise in children identifying as a LGBTQ, particularly in Gen Z, where over 20% now claim such identities. This trend begs a question: is this natural progression or a result of societal influence? Early medical interventions such as hormone blocker and surgeries carry irreversible consequences. Many young adults now regret these decisions, citing a lack of informed consent and insufficient psychological evaluation during their youth. The detransitioner movement personal stories like those of Chloe and Kathy illustrate the gravity of these decisions. Chloe, who had double mastectomy at 13, now mourns her lost ability to breastfeed or bear children.
I realized this is something that I might not ever be able to experience because I started these treatments so young at the age of 13.
13.
I might not be able to naturally mother children, and now that my breasts are gone, I'll never have the option of breastfeeding my children.
Katie, who had her uterus removed, shares similar regrets. These cases highlight the need for more cautious approach prioritizing therapy and family involvement over hasty medical treatments. The focus on identity politics has overshadowed discussions about traditional family structure. Critique argues that the LGBTQ movement, as currently framed, de-emphasizes procreation and family values. With birth rate at a historic low, some suggest redirecting effort towards strengthening family units rather than proliferating divisive cultural narratives. Could allocating the same resources to pro-family initiative help balance this equation? In many regions, parents are discovering that schools are making a decision about their children's exposure to these topics without their consent. Books detailing explicit sexual contents are introduced in libraries, and teachers are often trained to support transitioning students without informing their families. This raises ethical questions. Who has the ultimate say in a child's upbringing? Also, isn't this child safeguarding issue? Another concern is the sheer number of holidays and events dedicated to LGBTQ awareness. According to the recent findings, 145 out of 365 days are linked to LGBTQ observances, nearly 40% of the year. Critiques suggest that this disproportionate representation risks alienating other perspectives and diluting the movement's original intent. The question isn't whether we should respect diversity. We must. The issue lies in the scale and speed of societal change being imposed, particularly on children. As we strive for a fair and equitable society, is it vital to ask tough questions? Are we fostering genuine understanding, or are we replacing one form of dogma with another? History suggests that common sense eventually prevails, and now is the time to apply it. Let's engage in open conversation about these issues, prioritizing children's well-being and the right of families. Together, we can shape a society that values critical thinking, ensuring the next generation grow up with confidence and clarity. Thanks for watching. If you found this discussion valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, share your thought in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going. Thank you.